Well, as the Secret Service rushed to get Donald Trump away from the chaos, have a look at the fumbling fumbelinas who comprise his security detail.
Joining us from the USA is host of the Brad vs. Everyone podcast, Brad Palumbo. Brad, what's going on with these Secret Service agents? I mean, they can't holster their guns. They're more concerned with securing their sunglasses than securing Donald Trump. They're running around like chooks without heads.
Yeah, it's a real clown show. I mean, we're going to need to have a serious inquisition inside the Secret Service, which is a federal agency, because there's no way to look at this. Everything that went down on Saturday night here in the US and Pennsylvania during this attempted assassination, there's no way to look at it as anything other than a massive failure, both of strategic and execution and planning on behalf of the Secret Service. And also, former presidents don't get the same level of Secret Service protection that they do as actual presidents. And I think we might need to reevaluate that, especially given what went down, because the Secret Service did not seem up to snuff on this evening, and the consequences were almost incredibly dire.
Oh, it could have been so much worse than what it already is, Brad. What has to happen now by way of an investigation? I mean, you've got witnesses saying that they saw this man climb onto a roof, that the Secret Service were there, they knew about it. What happens next?
Well, there's got to be accountability. There needs to be a clear and transparent investigation with no partisan politics, nothing, no cover-ups, no trying to shield the bureaucracy from criticism. Frankly, somebody at the top probably needs to step down in some sort of ceremonial resignation, because you can't have this happen. They have a very difficult job, and one that takes a great deal of bravery to sign up to do, but they failed to do it. It really was terrifying scenes, chaotic scenes. Obviously, in the early hours after an incident like this, sometimes the facts that initially emerged later proved to have been not quite right. But some of the things we're hearing about how attendees at this campaign rally were warning the police there, warning Secret Service, look, there's somebody climbing on this building. And yet somehow that person still got off the first shot based on the reports we've heard so far. That is a really unusual and bizarre outcome for what is supposed to be an elite Secret Service force.
Yeah, Brad, well, while there's questions about the protection offered by the Secret Service, maybe Trump didn't need protection from the Secret Service. According to Lara Trump, he had divine protection. What do you think about her tweet and the graphic that she posted?
Well, look, if that brings her peace, and that's how she's processing what's undeniably a tragic and traumatizing event for her family, power to her on that. I will say, whether it's divine intervention or just luck, that this missed Trump's head by millimeters, or we would say inches. I don't know. I don't know how to overstate how big and important a difference it is in the trajectory of this country's future that those few millimeters were missed. Because, guys, it scares me to think what would have happened if that bullet had grazed just a few inches further over and killed Donald Trump. I genuinely think we would have had political violence and instability and polarization and conflict surge to dangerous levels I've never seen in my lifetime here in the US. And I, for one, of course, you never want to see anybody, whether it's Joe Biden or Donald Trump, harmed just because you disagree with them, unless you're, an immoral person. But I'm especially grateful to God, to fate, to chance, or to whoever it is that we have to thank for the fact that America's not in chaos right now, that Trump emerged from this largely unscathed and wasn't in fact killed, because I think it could have set off a genuine crisis in our country.
Absolutely, Brad. I completely agree with you.